Hey, Daniel. Thanks for doing the podcast. Nice to meet you. Um, First of all, I always like in your videos you have this artwork in the background, these wealth warriors images. What's the story with those? I've always been interested about what those are.
All right. Thank you so much, Simon, for bringing me on. So all those plaques, right, you see on my wall, that was actually from different affiliate marketing programs. Okay. So just a very quick background information. So when I first started doing affiliate marketing back in early 2021, right? And because my family and I were in a very bad financial situation. Okay. So before that, uh, I I did security business for over 15 years. So I used to travel to like many crazy countries like Iraq, all kinds of different war zones, right? Because my customers are government clients. Okay, so I that was my previous job. Then in 2015, my first son was born. And after my first son was born, I decided not to travel to those crazy country anymore, right? Because
Good decision.
my kids need a father. And my dream was to be able to spend time with my kids while they are growing up. So I decided to move away from my offline business, which is a security business, to online. And my very first online business I did was Amazon FBA, right? Selling stuff on Amazon. Okay.
Yep, I tried
And
it. Yep.
yeah, after 3 years, that business didn't work out. And because of that business, that put me into $35,000 credit card debt. I
So when was
couldn't pay
this?
it.
What year was this?
That was from 2016 to all the way to 2020. All the way to
Okay, so from
2020.
2016 to 2020, you were all in with Amazon FBA.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Okay.
And
Yep.
so that business was very struggling. Okay, and daytime I had a regular job. Okay, I pick up a job as the vehicle parts delivery guy. So I deliver vehicle parts, right? Trying to support my online business at the time. So after 3.5 years, that business didn't work out. I got left with $35,000 credit card debt. I couldn't pay, and I had to put my family on food stamps, right, which is government welfare here. And I even got sued by American Express in year
Yeah.
2020. So, so at the time I was looking for opportunities, right? How can I repay my debt and get my family off the food stamps? So I started looking for business opportunities online. Okay, that's how I realize, oh, there are a bunch of people who can make money online without even having their own products, right? To me, that was new because I came from Amazon background. So to
Yeah.
me, in order to make money online, I need to buy inventory, then try to resell it to other people. So affiliate
Yeah.
marketing to me was new at the time. Okay, so I decided to learn, right? Because I didn't have any options. The only way is to move forward and see how I can bring in additional income. So I started buying courses, different courses, trying to learn from YouTube, everything else. And my initial journey was very struggling. Okay. My wife even called me stupid at the time, right? Because the people who don't know this, they see it as a scam, right? So, but everything changes when we move into year 2021. That's when I found my first mentor. I decided to learn from people who already done it, right? So I learned from my mentor, and then after I found my initial success, I started promoting different companies. So all
Right.
those after you achieve different earning, right? They give you a plaque like that.
So
Sometimes
those
first 10.
plaques are your sales for a different company, a different offer.
Correct, correct,
Okay.
correct,
And that was
correct,
from before you created Wealth Warriors.
correct. That was before, yes.
Okay, cool. I got it. So was there because you brought up the Amex, the debt on that, was that because you were spending so much on inventory that was kind of stuck
Correct.
in an Amazon warehouse?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. I think a
Yeah.
lot of people probably had the same problem after a while because it got so saturated. 2016 was a good time to jump on Amazon. It was still
Right.
you could still make money doing FBA, but it became so saturated. It became very you couldn't just private label a product from Alibaba anymore. stick your own label on it and sell it, because there was so much competition from the actual people making the products that the margin was
Right.
so tight. Was that a similar story for you? Like, is that kind of what the problem became?
Yes, yes. The profit margin is very thin, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest problem I didn't realize was because I came from like a blue collar job, right? Security, I was always on the field. So on internet marketing was totally new to me. So I was naive. I thought, I mean, as long as I can pick a right product, then people gonna be buying it like crazy, right? I
Yeah.
didn't have any marketing skill at the time. So even though I had the money to buy inventory, I didn't know how to build a brand. I didn't know how to build my following. I didn't even know I had to build my email list. So everything was
Yeah.
new to me.
Copywriting, all these things. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I tried Amazon as well during that time, but it was it's not as easy as they made it, as a Jungle Scout made it sound.
Right, 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 right. Right. Yeah,
Yeah, not so easy. Um, so many people get stuck in the trial and error phase. Um, you struggled at the beginning when you decided
yeah.
to move on from Amazon FBA to affiliate marketing. What made you kind of stick with it? Because it wasn't what it took you it took you a while to get it
Yeah,
going. What was
yeah.
the what made it kind of finally click for you?
So initially, right? I mean, when I first got started, because I was broke, okay, and probably a lot of viewers are watching this right now, right? Maybe you are in that tough financial spot right now, and that's why you are looking for opportunities, right? I was in that place, and because I was broke, so I had limited mindset, okay? Because I mean, a lot of good courses out there, but a lot of good mentors out there. But because I try to save some money, okay? I try to save some money, so I try to learn it from YouTube, and everybody is talking about different method, right? So I mean, I work super hard. I spend maybe like 10 hours a day or 8, 10 hours a day grinding on my business, but I just couldn't get any results. I even did the drop car, right? Print out a car. I would go to gas station, then drop it, right, with my link
Yeah.
on there, right? I drop it in different ATM, I mean, the credit card machine, right? I went to gas station. I did YouTube review video. I tried to put up a blog, everything else. Okay, I try everything, and so I was lost. Okay, I was lost. I would say two reasons why I didn't quit, even though I thought about it. Number one is that I really didn't have any option. I have to make it work. Okay, and number two, um, I did my due diligence. Okay, I talk to people who are in the industry. I speak to fellow marketers who started around the same time as me, right? And including my business partner right now, I met him back in year 2021. We all started from nothing, right? So I talk to people, so I know the results people are getting are real. So the only question is that how can I know what they know and in order to create similar results? So I did a lot of searching. I even pick up like a side job just to get that capital ready so I can hire a proper mentor. My really breakthrough was I found my first mentor instead of trying to do it behind closed doors by myself without any prior experience.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's often the case for many people, right?
Yeah.
You just need someone to show you a couple of things, and then you connect the dots, and then all of a sudden you're flying.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
do you remember what was the first, after you struggled for a while, eventually you found a winner, right? Something worked. What was the
Yeah.
first big thing that worked? Do you remember what that was, and what was the moment you knew, like, okay, I've got something?
Yes. For because I started from scratch, okay, so I know a lot of people who want to do affiliate marketing. They also have the same challenge, okay. People will think you know high ticket and low ticket, right? In our space, let's say high ticket means when you make a sale, you get paid commission, right? You get paid commissions $1,000 or more. That's what we call high ticket. Low ticket means when you make a sale, you get paid $100 or less, right? For beginners, including myself at the time, I thought it's easier to sell cheap product. right? To sell a $10 product, $100 product, okay? But I didn't realize, because I mean, when I first started out, I know there are programs selling at $2,000, $3,000, $5,000. And in my mind, I kept telling myself, there's no way somebody gonna buy from me for a premium products. Okay, so let me focus on cheap products. And that was a problem. Because when you first started out, I don't know when you are watching this video, I don't know what's your income goal. Okay. But when you are just starting out, you don't have any following yet. Okay, let's say if you want to make $10,000 per month, okay, that's the most people they come and go, $10,000 per month. If you are selling low ticket, you get paid $10 as your profit per sale. In order for you to hit $10,000 in a month, you need to sell to 1,000 people. Okay, $10 times 1,000 sales, right? Is nearly impossible for anybody to make 1,000 sales in a month, right? Yeah. So because you don't have a following, so you want to find people who have bigger problem they need to solve. Then you find that solution, usually premium, high ticket solution, right? Then you connect them together. So you only need to have a handful of sales in order to hit your income goal. So if I do it again from scratch, I will go straight to high ticket instead of wasting time doing low ticket. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's the same with the doing a service-based industry. Like if you're doing marketing for people, my advice would be to anyone, just definitely do high ticket because it takes the
Right.
same amount of work to find a customer,
Right.
uh,
Right.
but the reward is so much greater.
Right.
As long as you can make them more than you're charging, you're good. So
Right. Right.
that's the system. So with Wealth Warriors, I mean, obviously, so you started doing this. It started working. By the way, what was the first product that worked? What was it? Do you remember? What did you sell?
Yes, that was actually that plaque over there. Okay, that plaque over there. That was the Jonathan. Okay, Jonathan Montoya, which is a quite well-known name in our space. So that was actually his course.
Okay, got it. So you were
Yeah,
selling a course by someone, and then
I
you
was
got.
selling a
I'm
course.
guessing the gold award means you did more, right? The other one next to it.
Yeah, the gold one is the $10,000. The
Okay.
silver one, that one is $100,000.
Oh wow. Okay,
Yeah, so different stage. Yeah,
got it. Beautiful. So that started working, and then you thought, okay, I'm going to guess that you thought, okay, I'm going to start building my own personal brand now and start
right.
teaching people what I've learned. Is that when you created Wealth Warriors?
Correct. Yeah, that would okay. So this is a little bit backstory. Okay, initially at least at my first 2 years of time, I never thought about I wanted to create my own company, right? Because I was making a good money. I was making good money just simply promoting other people's products. So because when you have your own brand, when you have your own offer, there are just a lot of back end, right? You need to take care. So but something happened, okay? Something happened. That was we launched Wealth Warriors in December 2022. Okay. Before that, we only promote other people's product, me and Nathan, my partner. But in year 2022, something happened. There was a company we were promoting, okay? But there was some internal conflict with the product vendor. So that company ended up I mean, there was dispute. Okay, so that company didn't pay. We thought that company owe us. Okay, so then we decided to leave that company and create our own brand, and based on our own negative experience, and we want to change it. That's why we launched our Wealth Warriors.
Okay, so you kind of worked with a company that was similar, but you saw the things you could do better, so you left them
Right,
to just create your own
right,
version. Right.
right.
Okay. So when did you first connect with Nathan Bookers, and how did you decide to work together?
Okay, that was in I think February 2021. Okay, February 2021. So how I met Nathan was quite interesting. So you see that there was on the the far right, that side, right? That
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Okay, that company was the first company I promoted online. Okay, and Nathan was also promoted that company as well. So we were like a teammate, if you will, of fellow marketers. Okay, and one day, and during that time, I was struggling. Especially, I tried to build my business, but I couldn't get my family members to support me, including my wife. Right, so my self esteem was low. Okay, even though I had success in other business before this, right? But after when you are in the lowest point of your life, sometimes to me, I lost my confidence. Okay. And one day I saw Nathan jump on interview with the product vendor, the owner of the company. Okay.
Okay.
And Nathan, he was a truck driver and he had a very struggling past. He had addiction problem, drug addiction. Okay. And he has been clean for 14 years, 15 years already. But because of his previous drug problem, so he lose all his teeth, right? So that was during his time. He had to try to build his online business, still driving truck, but go to pull all his teeth out. So on that interview, I saw there was a rough dude
Yeah.
without teeth, right? Without teeth. So he was doing interview without teeth. So I say that's interesting. If he can do it, I can do it too, right?
Right.
So I started get closer with Nathan. So we talk daily, right? Share some strategies together.
Okay. So you met in the community of the older product you were promoting.
Right.
Okay, got it. And then just kept developing. And then what was the moment you first discussed Wealth Warriors? Like who came up with the name? How did you decide to do something together?
Okay. So before December 2022, right? Nathan was doing his own thing, right? I'm doing my own thing. Then we found a lot of time his customer and my customers are overlapping, right? Overlapping. So we decided why not we do this together. Okay. So at the time, my personal brand was called Freedom Warrior. His brand, his company called Wealth Made Simple. So we decide to combine it together. So
Ah, okay.
Wealth Warriors. Yeah.
Warriors. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's a good combination. You're lucky the names worked well together. Um,
Yeah.
so when I was looking into what you're doing, obviously before our conversation, I see that you've got Wealth Warriors. I see you've got Passion over Profits,
Right.
and you've got Elite Income Empire, or EIE as sometimes it's referred to.
Right.
What's the difference between the three? Because it can be a bit confusing about what
Right,
is
right.
what.
So just very quickly, the brand name, the company, right? Our educational company is called Wealth Warriors. Okay, Wealth Warriors, and the first product we launched was called Elite Income Empire coaching program. So we focus on coaching people. But in year 2024, we changed the business model. Okay. Before, let's say if you come in, learn from us, right? You can promote whatever you want. If you decide to promote our Elite Income Empire coaching program, then when you make a sale, you get paid 30% commissions. But in year 2024, the market shift towards master resale rights product. What does that mean? Means when you pick up this product, okay, you own the license to resell it as your own. So just very recently in June, we launched Passion Over Profits, which is master resale rights program. And that means when you pick up this product, you not only you learn from us, but you also own the license to resell it as your own. When people buy, all the payment goes to you. So we don't get any percentage. So that's the new business model. When people sell passion over profits, all the payment goes to them.
Okay, and and what are they selling? Is it like digital courses?
Digital course.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like how to
yeah.
grow Instagram, how to do TikTok, things like this.
Right,
Okay,
right.
right,
Right.
got it. So you and Nathan created these courses, and then you give people a chance to have a license to sell them themselves using social media like Facebook, TikTok, things like that.
Correct, correct,
Okay,
correct.
got it. Yeah, I noticed. I think you're using Skool. Is that right? For
Correct.
like Yeah.
Correct.
What is your thoughts on Skool as a platform as opposed to say Facebook groups? Because you've got Wealth Warriors, you've got the Facebook group, and
Yeah.
with passion over profits, you've got Skool.
Right.
What do you prefer? What do you think is the advantages and disadvantages of each?
Well, we noticed Skool from a lot of coaching programs we were in, right, in the last year, and we picked Skool was because social media. Okay, I mean they can ban your account at any time, right? And most people don't know, even though you have your social media account, but that's not your property. Your social media account is social media platform, their property. So they can shut you down at any time, right? So before we host all our training, everything else inside Facebook group, okay? And from time to time, if my profile got shut down, which happened in the past, all the
All right.
training I put out under my account will be gone.
Okay. So
Luckily,
you've
I
had
got it back.
problems.
Luckily I got it back. So we decided to host the real training stuff, like in for students, that kind of training outside of Facebook, so nobody can take our training away.
You're probably, okay, that makes sense. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Yeah, School is an interesting one. I mean, I've joined a few groups on there, but
Mm-hmm.
what I find is I'll leave it for a while. I'll log back
Mm-hmm.
in. I've got 99 plus notifications and I don't want to look at
Mm.
any of them. That's the problem, I
Oh,
think, with
yeah, yeah, yeah,
School.
yeah,
You
yeah,
just get
yeah.
bombarded and then you just think, I'm not going to look at any of it and I'll just log off.
Right, right, right,
But
right.
obviously, if someone's paying to be part of a community, it's different, right? They're
That's
going to
right.
check it much more often. These are free communities for the most part.
I see.
But yeah, it is interesting. Ever since Alex Hormozy got on board with that, and Sam Ovens obviously
Yeah.
built it. It's do you think it's going to keep getting bigger and bigger? The School community, the school
I think it
systems.
will. I think it
Yeah,
will. Yeah. I think it will. Yeah.
it's definitely got the right people behind it in terms of like the
That's
brains
right.
and the
That's right.
systems, right?
Yeah. That's right.
Um, you mentioned in a video that you and I'm curious about your kind of team and how you work things. You said that you work with closers, for example, because they can close maybe at like 85%, whereas you can close, but you might close at a lesser percentage. So you trust them to do that. What does your team look like? Like, I imagine it's not just you and Nathan, right? So you have. Can
Right,
you talk
right,
a little
right,
bit about that?
right. So when we launched Wealth Warriors, I used to have a bigger team. Okay, I used to have like about 15 people on my team, and that was when I ran like a full-on coaching program. Okay,
Yeah.
and uh, and when we did last year, okay, when we do Elite Income Empire, we have group coaching and also private one-on-one, right? Private one-on-one, we talk about $6,000 price range. For that price, we need to have closer. Okay, so we bring people to the call, and so at that time, I have two VA, two video editor, I have three closers and two setters, and also some like internal stuff. So I had about like 15 people on my team. Right now, we don't usually take call anymore, and so we just rely on webinar. And right now, I don't have closer, I don't have setter, I just have support staff, and also I do have a couple coaches. I have 5 coaches on my team, so
Oh,
we
really?
rotate. Yeah.
And is that to help the people get results in the program,
Right.
or is it to do
Get
the
results in the
courses?
program, and also when people when students have questions, right, we can always get back to them
Oh, good.
throughout the day. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So before, when you had that bigger team, were most of those kind of like remote workers?
Remote
Yeah,
workers from
yeah, yeah,
India, Philippines, some from Europe.
yeah.
Yeah.
And where would you recommend people who are looking to grow a team, where they go to find good people? I mean, do you recommend Upwork? Do you recommend Onlinejobs.ph? Where do you like to find your people?
Depending on the level of the level of skills you will need, right? I mean, if you only need like a support staff, like a video editor, that kind of stuff, the Onlinejobs.ph, that's the good one. That's usually where I hire my team. If you want to have like a spatial skill, like a closer, setter, right?
Yeah,
Maybe a client success manager, then you got to talk to people who are in the space. And usually people just go on different Facebook groups, right? You can go to ClickFunnels, right? They have a big community, and there a lot of people do hiring in there.
In their Facebook group.
In the Facebook groups, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Do you still do affiliate marketing for other people's products, or are you now just so busy with your
I
own
do.
business? You
I
do.
do. I do. Yeah, I do. I do.
What do you
So
like to promote? Is it more um like, for example, promoting products like ClickFunnels, Get Response, things like that? Like,
right. I usually I like to promote digital course. Okay, I like to promote transformational product. Right,
okay,
high ticket as my main offer. But other than that main offer, I also have other like tools, software like the one you just mentioned. Right, on the back end. So I also have additional tools, resources, services I can promote to them. Yeah.
okay. So, what kind of products are you promoting? Like high ticket ones that you haven't created, but being an affiliate for. Which ones have you done lately? Are you able to name any of them, just out of interest?
Yeah, lately my main focus right now will be is passion over profits. Right, that one is at $1,000 range. I also have Jonathan's course. His course is at $2,000 range. And before I was promoting another $6,000 product, but that one I don't promote it anymore. So right now my high ticket is about 1,000 2,000 range.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Yeah,
that's a good sweet spot. Um,
yeah.
so I saw something in one of your videos about a software called Final Freedom. Is that something that you own or
Yeah,
you've created?
yeah.
Yeah, what's
Fount
that
of
about?
Freedom is actually from Jonathan. You know, go high
Ah,
level, right? You know, go
yeah.
high level. So Fount of Freedom is customized based on go high level because you can license it. So when you license it, so what's the difference? So Fount of Freedom is the software customized by Jonathan and also his partner, another eight-figure entrepreneur called Sean. So they basically with Fount of Freedom, Jonathan already plug in like 13 different affiliate products, okay, through his connections, okay. So when you pick up Funnel Freedom, you besides using it for your own business, at the back end, there are 13 different affiliate offers waiting for you to promote. And Jonathan already wrote 1 year of email sequence for those 13 products,
Wow,
including all the YouTube videos. Okay, so
that's
1 year
wild.
done for you. Yeah,
1 year of emails. Someone
one
must
year.
have had
Yeah,
wrist pain after that.
yeah.
That's a lot of copywriting. Regarding passion over projects, passion over profits. Sorry, it's a tongue twister. That one, passion over profits.
Yeah.
Um, I saw that in one of your videos talking about what you're offering is that you bring somebody on, and then the goal is within 3 months that they've earned 5 figures. Is that right?
Right now, okay, at the moment, I do have a 10K fast track mentorship. Okay, so when people pick up pub, I'm gonna give them this 12-week 10K fast track mentorship as a bonus. Yeah, so the goal is to hit 10K from scratch in 12 weeks.
Wow. So, and that's through just promoting products on TikTok. If somebody hasn't got a following already, is that
Right.
something that you still think is realistic?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
so somebody that takes on that challenge and succeeds, and someone that doesn't, you've had dozens of people that have done this, right, and achieved the
Right.
goal. What's
Right.
usually the difference between the people that make it work and the people that don't? Is it is there usually a couple common things?
Very good question. Me and Nate and also our team, we have coached over 1,000 people, and based on my own experience, the successful ones and less successful ones, the main difference between them is resourcefulness. Resourcefulness. Okay, yeah, the really successful one, you can tell. Like every time when you finish coaching call, right? You give them homework. The the people who are resourceful, they will if one way doesn't work, they will be watching YouTube video. They will be contacting people trying to get the answer, right? To do the homework. The unsuccessful one, they are more like they want everything is ready for them. Okay. And when they hit challenge, they don't know what to do, right? So they just give up. So that's the main difference. Yeah. Marketing itself is not like a rocket science. I would say everybody can learn how to do it, but 90% is the mindset.
So the people that don't succeed are the ones that they don't want to think for themselves. They want every possible answer to every possible problem given to them, and they don't want to think outside the box and try and get solve it themselves. Is that the right kind of
Right,
the idea?
right,
Okay, okay.
right, right.
So yeah, with you and Nathan, then, do you both do the same tasks, or have you found a way of working together where you do some things, he does other things? You
Yeah,
split the work.
we uh the second way, okay, there will be some overlapping areas, right? Like when we do presentation, when we work on copywriting, when we create course together. But he has his audience, I have my audience, so so he's still running, he's still building his personal social media channels. I'm doing the same, okay. So he does his work, I do my part. Yeah.
Okay, so you're kind of both growing your personal brands independently, but both driving the traffic to the same place,
Right,
which is
right,
obviously
right,
your website
yeah,
to get them into your
right,
funnel.
right,
Okay, great.
right.
Do you have a system? This is something I've been looking into recently myself, so I'm curious what
Mhm.
your thoughts are. Do you have a system where if you say, for example, you have a task and you need to delegate that task to one of your team, and then when they've done the task, they can say it's done, and then it automatically goes to the next person in the chain, and then they do it, and so that it goes along without you having to be involved. I've been looking into this recently, and I know there's platforms like Trello, like Monday.com. Do you had a bigger team before, so this maybe more applies to the past. But how did you find a way of managing those teams without you having to kind of check everything yourself before it moved along the chain?
Yeah, that was actually also the challenge I see in my business as well. I don't know any particular software to automate that process because I also use Trello, I also use Slack, right? I also use their Telegram to communicate with the team. Yeah.
Yeah. What did you find worked best? Was it Slack, Trello, or
To me, I would say Trello. Yeah.
Trello? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, to me, I
Trello's
would say Trello. Yeah.
very reasonably priced as well, so it's a good thing. I used it once before. I when I tried YouTube automation, so I'd
Uh-huh.
move it along from like video editor to thumbnail designer. Before that, you'd have the script writer, but
Right,
yeah, I didn't do that for too long,
right,
so I
right.
didn't use it anymore.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm the old school type of guy. I usually use pen and
yeah,
my paper. Yeah, when I
yeah,
need to delegate, I found my VA manager. Right,
yeah,
I usually will have one two key people. Right, I hold them accountable. Yeah,
yeah. Send them a fax, right?
yeah,
I see that you have a big following for the Wealth Warriors account on Instagram. It's like over 158,000,
yeah,
which is very big. Um, and obviously, Facebook is one of you've got a good following on your Facebook.
yeah.
Where do you think has been the best place not to grow a following, but to get people to buy
Facebook.
Facebook? Because you can
The
get,
reason being, okay, any social media platform works. You can do Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest, whatever. They all work. However, for beginner, if they want to find that initial sales, I would highly suggest, start from Facebook. Why? Okay, because Facebook, this especially if you do organic marketing, okay, I'm only talk about organic marketing, which means you don't spend money on ads. Facebook, you can go straight to your target customers versus other like Instagram, TikTok, those short form video content platform. You put out a video, then you let algorithm to decide who they should push that video to. Okay, so most of time your content will reach colder audience, which means it will take longer time to educate them, nurture them, right, before you get them into the sales process. But Facebook, for example, if I sell weight loss product, I can go straight to targeted customer. I just simply go to weight loss, fitness related Facebook groups, right? What kind of people will hang out in those groups? People who are interested in that niche. So I would just go in there, providing value, hanging out with them. Then I send friend requests. So on Facebook, every friend request I send was strategic. I know why I want to send this person friend request, right? If you do this properly, everybody has 5,000 friend spots, like a friend on your friend list, right? If you compare this to running Facebook ads, okay, to get one targeted leads, if you do Facebook ads, you probably spend $5 to $8, okay? 5,000 people. If you learn where to send friend requests, if you know how to do research, 5,000 friends, you just save yourself $25,000 minimum comparing to Facebook ads, right?
And do you use any other? So you do friend requests, but obviously you are like 9,000 plus connections on Facebook, right?
Right,
So you
right.
can't do that anymore. So what are you? What's working for you now? Are you is it people finding you? Are you doing anything in terms of automation or like for engagement or anything like that?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, the automation, okay, talk about like general automation. When you see people who are running their own program, right, or promoting stuff online, usually they create content, drive traffic to their funnel. Then people put in their email, right? Then your email system will start following up with those people. If we look at the industry data, right, that process, regardless what products or service you are trying to sell, usually 1% to 3% conversion rate. Okay, if I just focus on getting people to my funnel and wait for people to buy through email follow up, I'm talking about 1%. If you are top dogs, probably 3%. But how can we increase that conversion rate from 1% to 10% or 20%? That's 10 times, 20 times difference, right? You work on your nurturing process. For example, talk to people in Messenger or getting them on the call with you. That will drastically increase your conversion rate. So that's what we do. We get people to our funnel, but in the meantime, we reach out to them in DM as well.
Yeah, I think I saw in one of your videos that you actually, when you close a sale with someone, when they come on board, it's usually in the DMs. You said that you
Usually in a
usually
DM,
in
yeah, yeah.
DMs, yeah,
Usually in a DM, yeah.
yeah. So you're not, so you're when you're in your nurturing sequence in your emails, you're not trying to sell necessarily. It's like nurture,
I,
nurture, nurture,
I
and
do
then
try to sell. Yeah,
no,
it's like
bit
fifty
of both.
fifty. Yeah,
Okay,
bit of
okay, yeah,
both. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
got it. Um, so obviously things are going well. You've been doing this for a while now. Is there
Yeah.
anything in your business that you struggle with? Is there any area that you're like, oh, I wish that was going better? I wish I was scaling better at this.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, of course, of course. I mean, building a business is you know this. I mean, building a business is like daily challenge, right? No matter what level you are at, you always have new challenges. Right now, to our business right now is the scaling speed. How can we scale it faster? How can we scale it faster? Yeah.
And what do you think is going to be the catalyst to get you to the next level? Is it going to be doubling down more on Facebook because that's working best? Have you got what's your thoughts on what's going to help you get to the next level?
I would say two things. Number one, so Nathan and I, before we did like purely organic, okay? So Nathan and I, we did $3.4 million combined together in the last 3.5 years without paying a cent on ads. But just
Never
very
one ad.
recently, huh?
Never an ad. No, no ads ever.
They never ads, yeah. But just recently we started doing ads. So we did YouTube ads, Facebook ads. We work with couple like high level agencies in the industry, including Alex Comosi's previous marketing manager, right? But after we try all this, we found to us right now, TikTok ads give us the best results and the lowest cost. Lowest cost. Okay. Yeah, TikTok ads. You can look into that. Um, so double down on ads. That's number one. Number two, also we are preparing to at some point to come out with a higher ticket offer. Okay. so we can assign customer to that higher ticket offer, so we can extend their customer journey with our company. So that's something we need to work on as well.
Yes, something to take them to like a higher level, maybe after
Right,
they've already achieved the first thing,
right,
something like that.
right,
Like,
right,
yeah,
right,
yeah, that's the kind of thing Russell Brunson often talks about, like having the next
right,
thing they're going to need because you've solved the
right.
first set of problems. Now they've got a new set of problems. They need to get to the next level. So if you can help them get to the next level again. Now they've got more money to do it, pay you because you already helped them get that money. That kind of
Yeah,
system, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And also in marketing, right? It's actually cheaper, or conversion rate is higher when you sell it to existing customers. It's
Yeah, the
more
trust is there.
expensive to acquire a new one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point as well. So you're getting more lifetime value out of the customers you've got, and
Right, right,
yeah,
right,
got it. That's interesting. TikTok ads. I wouldn't have thought that because there's such a younger demographic on TikTok. You would think they wouldn't have the spending either ability in terms of resources, or they're there more for entertainment as opposed
right.
to other platforms. So I'm really surprised that your TikTok's working so well.
Well, I think that's the common. I don't want to say misconception, because that's how I thought as well. Okay, it took me a while to try TikTok, right?
Yeah,
It took me
yeah.
a while.
It would have been the
But
last
right
on my
now,
list, I think.
yeah. But right now, when we look, for example, if I look at my demographic, right, on my current TikTok account right now, most of them are 45 years old and above. Okay,
Okay.
so I think that's something to do with your content, what you say, right?
Yeah.
What you say and how you say it.
Okay. And are most of your customers in the US?
Most of them are, yeah, 60. I
Yeah.
would say 60% are in the US, 40% are from overseas. Yeah,
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, it makes sense. People buy from people like them, and you're both based in the US, right?
right,
So that would make
right.
sense. Um, so if someone comes to you now and they say, Daniel, I need to get to $10,000 a month as fast as possible by the end of this year, but I don't have any money to invest. I just have time. I've got time, but I don't have money. Based on the market today, what comes to mind as the first thing you would advise them to do?
I would say if you don't have money, right, then maybe hold on business, okay? Because I've been there. When you live under, let's say, huge financial pressure, if you need to worry about where your next meal is coming from for your family, then I would say your most urgent task is to get yourself a job, right? To get some money coming in, because that's guaranteed money. Business, there is no guarantee, okay? Because there will be challenges in business. You need to know how to pivot, right? When challenges come. So you need that guaranteed income. That the most guaranteed income is to find a job. So I would advise them to get a job first. Once you can cover your basic living expenses, then we can explore other options, right? Whether you learn it by yourself, right, or find a mentor, right? But unless you don't need to worry about your basic living expenses. Yeah. A lot of people, they try to build a business because they are in that position, so they need that money quick. But when you live under huge financial pressure, you're gonna make wrong business decisions.
Okay. So increase your resources first, then save up for a mentor. Is that what you said? What you said?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Save up for
Uh,
mentor. Yeah.
outside of the business talk specifically, what does a typical day look like for you? Because I know
Oh,
you were married, you got kids, so I imagine that
yeah,
consumes a lot of
yeah.
your
I,
time,
I
right?
have two kids. Yeah, I have two kids. So my day will be. I usually wake up. Okay, I wake up about 5:30 to 6. Okay, that would give me
Wow.
about, yeah, 1 hour of time. I can do my daily work. Okay, so first thing I would do is to see my messages, because I'm in my messengers a lot, right? So first thing I will see messages. If anything, I need to reply. If not, then the first hour of the day will be my content day, okay? Because I usually will get my script, or at least some talking point, ready the night before. So I can just simply pull it up, okay? Then get my content recorded. Then 7 to 9 o'clock in the morning will be family time, drop kids to school, right? And also take care of the other one, the little one as well. So then after 9, then it will be meeting. Meeting all the day, meeting all day long. Then I will do the work all the way till about 2, 3 o'clock. 2, 3 o'clock. That's usually the time I check out because I need to go to pick up kids and do some stuff with them as well. Then all the way to 7, 8 o'clock, I probably will put in another 2 hours of work to prepare for the day next day. Yeah.
So you break your day up kind of based around family and when you can you've
Right.
kind of created a schedule of when you can get time to yourself to focus
Right.
on
Right.
getting things done. You do a lot of live videos I saw in your Facebook group. So how often
Yeah.
are you doing these?
Quite often, but not enough. Okay.
Oh,
Quite
really?
like, yeah. I usually do maybe 2, 3 times a week. 2, 3 times a week. But my goal
Yeah.
is to do it every single day.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just to keep building, answering questions, building that relationship with people,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
building that trust. Okay, makes
Yeah.
sense. Are you a big believer in routine? Like, for example, the book Atomic Habits became popular, and routines, especially morning routines, for some reason, are like a big topic
Yeah.
these days.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just mentioned yours. You get up very early. Would you say that's one of the key things that's helped you kind of succeed? Is starting the day so early and getting ahead of it?
I would say yes. I would say yes. Routine is very important. I mean, I I also learned this the hard way. Okay, like before I had this business, right? I I I was alcoholic. Okay, so I had drinking problem. Okay, so I didn't have like a set routine, right? As an alcoholic at the time, I didn't have a set routine, right? So, but but after I quit, I haven't been drinking for 3 years already. But after I quit, while I built my business, then I put myself in a certain schedule. Okay, then I found when you can change your routine, that routine can change you as well. You know, so a lot of people, if you have maybe personal problem, whether that's life or business, you want to fix it, right? Maybe start from fixing your routine. Because if you can have a better habit, if you can come up with the better routine, right? That would change everything for you. I learned this the hard way. Yeah, before I didn't care about routine, but after I adapted, I found a lot of things changed.
Yeah, self discipline. It definitely
Yeah,
helps.
yeah, yeah,
Although I still don't think I could get up at 5:30 in the morning. That's tough to get up so early. But you can be disciplined in other ways, right?
yeah, 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 yeah.
um, so you mentioned in a video as well that you read a lot of books, and you said the first thing you would do if you needed to learn a new skill is you would find the best books on that
Right,
skill, physical
right,
and audiobooks.
right.
I'm curious for someone who's starting out their journey and they want to do affiliate marketing specifically, which is something you specialize in. What books relating to that would you recommend, if any?
Well, I would just talk about marketing in general. Okay, just I do have a couple books I want to recommend. 1 second. So a couple books, right? Marketing in general. I think everybody, especially if you are selling offer online, whether it's affiliate marketing, digital marketing, or if you have your own program, right? These books help me a lot. Okay, the one is Expert Secrets from Russell Brunson, right? This one I like it, and this one I don't know if you have seen this one before. This
Yeah,
one called Sell Like Crazy,
I've
right?
read half of it.
From Sabri Subi. This one is also very good. And this one particular, if you want to do affiliate marketing, this one can help you as well. It's from Alex Hormozi, his last book, $100 million offers. And
Yeah,
why this book is important is because when you sell affiliate offers, right? The same product you are trying to sell, there are probably tens of thousands of people over there selling the same thing as yours, right? How can you make your offer sexier? You give them bonus. So how to
yeah,
create your bonus offer, right?
yeah.
Is
That's a
also
great
key.
shout.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can also vouch that there are three great books. $100 million Leads as well, also a great book. He's latest one. Yeah, all of Alex's books are spot on. Same with Russell Brunson. I'd recommend all of his books.
Uh-huh.
They're all solid. But yeah, the one you mentioned specifically, Expert Secrets, that changed my mindset when it comes to like creating a personal brand. The
Hmm.
importance of it, just in terms of how you're viewed. And then when you say something, it carries more weight because you've put the time into showing what you know, as opposed to just being
Absolutely.
another name on the internet with millions and millions of other people, right? Um,
Absolutely.
what are you reading at the moment?
At the moment, I'm reading this Sail Like Crazy. Yeah.
That's your current one. Okay. For
Yeah.
me, I'm reading it's Brian Tracy, No Excuses. It's a good
Oh,
book.
Brian Tracy is a good one.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good, good. Yeah.
It's a good book. I like it. I like every clip that I ever see of him talking. So I
Uh-huh.
was like, okay, I'm gonna finally buy one of his books. Yeah, it's good. The guy is the
Beautiful,
king of
beautiful.
mindset, I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And what about audiobook? Are you listening to anything on audio?
Audiobook, yes, I do have quite a lot. Um,
What's your current one, if any?
I would say I usually in my Audible app, I only have two type of books. One is marketing business related. The other type is like self development. Okay, like
Yeah.
self development books. So I will recommend
You know what I
Zig
like?
Ziglar's book is very good.
Zig Ziglar.
Zig Ziglar's books is very
Okay.
good, and I also like Tony Robbins as well, right? And for self development, I would say I like this one. Let me see. Psycho Cybernetics.
Yeah,
Have you
yeah.
ever heard
I've
about
got
that
it.
one? That
I've
one,
got it.
that's
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I'm currently listening to Levels of Energy. It's a book that I saw that Iman Gadzi recommended on a video. But
Oh
yeah, it's
yeah,
quite good. It's
okay.
about how different people, the levels of energy, and how they kind of view the world and how they're not compatible. Yeah, it's quite in depth, but it's a good. It's interesting. It's more like
What's the name of the book again?
Levels of Energy. It's by
Levels of energy. Okay,
let me see if I can find who it's by Frederick Dodson. Levels
okay.
Levels of Energy. Yeah, it's pretty out of
Sounds
focus.
good. Cool.
Good. It's a good book. So what I find, and I don't know if you agree, is different books for different situations. Like if I'm reading a business book and I need to make notes, I don't want to be driving because it's a pain. Because something amazing comes up and you're like, I need to write this down. You don't want to
Right, right.
pull the car over. So what
Uh-huh.
I find is for audiobooks, I mainly listen to them when I'm doing something like driving or walking or something. So I listen to like a biography or something like this where you're learning, but you're not going to have to like an Alex Hormozy book. It's a nightmare to listen to because you're gonna have,
Right.
you want to write down everything, right?
Right, 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 right. Yeah.
It's disaster. So I've learned to just stick to like biographies or like books like this for when I'm
Mhm.
like on the road or whatever, and then when I'm sat at home, Alex Hormozy book or something Russell Brunson book because you're going to be making
Yeah,
notes. So that's
yeah.
my little system. What's your interests outside of business? What's your hobbies? What are you passionate about? What do you spend your money on?
Um, well, I like to travel. I like to
Yeah,
travel. I mean, yeah, and I like when I grew up in Taiwan, right? I grew up in Taiwan, and my father already passed away a couple years ago. But when I was a kid, when I was young, he was always busy, right? Just like a regular, ordinary guy, right? Busy trying to put food on the table. So he was a school teacher. Then, but he was busy all the time, and so I rarely see him a lot when I was a kid, right? So well, after I grew up, that's like part of my mission. When I have kids, I want to be able to spend more time with them. So outside of business, I mean, just travel with the family. That's something I
yeah.
really enjoy. Yeah.
Where was the last place you traveled to?
We just came back from Taiwan, my hometown in Taiwan,
Went
this
to see
summer.
family
Spent
and things
three
like that.
three months there. Yeah,
3 months.
3 months. Yeah,
Oh wow, okay, long trip.
a long
Yeah,
trip.
I
Yeah.
think for me it's the same. travel. When I was younger, not so much, but now travel is the only thing I'm really interested in. Like in terms of
Mm-hmm.
not so much material things, just travel. I just want to go new places. Like for me, a big goal for next year is to go to South Korea. I just had this itch
Oh,
to see it.
nice.
Yeah, just so yeah, travel. I think also a good one. What about
You like to go to like a mountain, or do you like to go to city?
cities? I like big cities. I like to see
City,
it, like because you feel the culture straight away. You know, like so I
mm-hmm.
like big cities like Barcelona, like Warsaw in Poland.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I want to see Seoul and then travel to some of the other places. See some of the
nice.
lesser visited places. So that's like a
Right.
goal of mine. Um, what about in terms of like, is there anything you geek out on? Anything you buy for yourself? Like, I don't know. It could be a car. It could be like electronical stuff. What are you like into?
I like because of business. I like right now. I like the like a studio related equipment,
Yeah,
camera, lighting, that kind
yeah,
of stuff. Yeah,
yeah. It can get addictive buying all that stuff.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
have
yeah.
5 different camera stands because I can't find the right one I want, and you end up just
Oh my
you just
god!
you get OCD about little details, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah.
and especially for you because you're doing so many live videos, you're using it more than I am, so I can imagine you want to have a good system.
But
Like
I
one,
like your lights. I like your lights, the background lights. Yeah, very cool.
yeah,
Very cool.
thanks. Yeah, I
Yeah.
got this one. I think was like for £50 for the LED, and then
Uh
the light
huh.
bulb one was obviously a lot cheaper. But yeah, I was trying to create a little studio effect. But
Right,
yeah,
right. Looks
yeah,
good. Looks good.
yeah, it looks
Yeah.
good. Um, so one thing I'm passionate about, and I'm always curious what other people like, is films. Do you have a favorite film? What's your favorite film? What comes to mind straight away without thinking about it?
Oh, Fast and Furious.
Really? Okay.
Fast and Furious. I haven't. I cannot even remember when was the last time I sit in a movie theater. Let me tell you an interesting story. Okay, I was actually in one of the Hollywood film. Okay, that was never get released. So
Ah,
that was back in year 2021. My friend, right? He was the producer, so he invited me to play a role as a walk-on. Okay, like as a
yeah.
police officer. So I had a chance to be in the movie. That movie was for the Summer Rae, which is a big influencer at the time. She had like 25 million followers on Instagram. So that was her movie. So I played a couple minutes as a police officer.
And it'll be out there somewhere on someone's computer. They've got a copy of that. Maybe it will come.
Yeah,
Maybe one day you'll find it on YouTube,
maybe
right?
one day. Maybe one day.
So now that you've become successful, you've built up, you've made this money. What do you do with the money that you have? Do you invest it? Do you invest? Do you like real estate? Do you like stocks? What do you do?
Me personally, I invest in real estate. I
Real estate, yeah.
personally, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
So
is that where
whatever money I make, right? Uh, then if I have extra, I put in the real estate.
and is that like are you renting that out on like Airbnb and things like this?
I rent it. I rent it out, but not Airbnb, just a regular tenant.
Long
Yeah,
term, yeah,
yeah,
a bit
long
more,
time, like
yeah, more secure.
more
and
security.
is and is
Yeah.
that where you live, or in another country, or
Right now, we besides this house, I have the other two. Okay, so I have three, and so this one, I mean, for family, and the other two smaller one, we rent it out, but they are all in Tucson, Arizona.
cool? And if you're someone that was younger, and they're just starting to make their first bit of money online, what would you recommend them to do? Would you recommend them to do the same as you, invest in real estate, or does that come with its own set of problems and own set of time consuming tasks that maybe they'd be better off just investing in the S&P 500 and leaving it there? What would you recommend someone who hasn't got any knowledge of real estate to do if they wanted to invest? Would you still recommend it and just say, no, it's not too bad? Or
Well, I would say it's based on what you like, right? There are people making money in stock market. There are people making money in the real estate. There
it's
are
true.
people making money in drop shipping, YouTube automation, or affiliate marketing. I mean, there are so many opportunities out there. So number one, find out what you really like. right? And number two, realize there will be challenges ahead. No matter what you do, there will be challenges ahead, right?
Yeah.
So you got to have strong enough interest that's gonna help you go through those challenges. So
Okay.
pick what you like. Yeah, pick
So
the
yeah,
what you
pick one
like.
you like, and then it won't feel like as much of a burden because you'll be
Right,
interested in
right,
anyway. Okay,
right.
cool. Daniel, I want to thank you so much for your time today. It's been really
Thank you
interesting
so much.
talking to you. How can people connect with you? And if someone wants to start working with you, what would you advise them to do first of all? Would it be to consume a piece of content, to go to your website? Where should they start?
Yeah, if you want to learn, okay, if you want to just reach out to me, if you have any questions, right, you can search my name, Daniel Chou, on Facebook, right? My real profile, there is the blue check mark, okay, on it, which means Facebook verify my government issue ID, make sure that's my real account, okay? So if you want to reach out to me, just search Daniel Chou and only reach out to the one has the blue check mark. And if you guys want to learn how to do what I do, right, promoting other people's products and getting paid by doing that, you can go to our website, which is POP Master Resale Rights. So POPMRR.com. Then there is a comprehensive about like 40 minutes training for you to learn. Yeah.
Okay, great. I'll put a link to all of those in the description of the video.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, check out Daniel's website if you want to learn more about affiliate marketing and how you can work with him. Thanks so much for your time, Daniel. I've enjoyed the conversation.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, Simon. Thank you.
Okay, bye bye.